You just remind me of one case which was famous in early this year and even last year. You know, last year in the United States, there's this disaster of the cold. It's quite cold all the United States, right? This is just like a disaster for everybody. But so by that time, one of the coat was quite popular.
Yep.
So do you think this will happen in this year? What kind of we can learn from this coat for eBay sellers?
I would say the advantage that our sellers have compared to direct brands and whatnot is that like direct brands and their own e-commerce platform is that they have to stay within season, right? Obviously they work way in advance to come up with spring, summer season, fall, winter season, right? So if it happens, this weather doesn't change accordingly to what the season is. E-commerce and eBay is one of the few places where our sellers can have inventory they might have put away for the winter time frame and bring it right back out and take advantage of what the conditions are. And so like I can't predict what's going to happen with this thing. It's very hard to tell what this global warming and what the weather is outside like, but the best thing I can tell you is like we've seen sellers take advantage of that kind of weather that's not changing. Like right now we're about in the midst of being in summer, fall right now. You're down here and it's probably like 85, 88 degrees right now.
But a few days ago it's quite cold.
No, yesterday it was a little, maybe the mid 70s, but at the rest of the country, like everyone's expecting to get ready to prep for fall, but as you can see, the weather's still fantastic warm right now. So it's a matter of, to me, the other tip is to ensure that like, even though the calendar says the season is changing, it's always to have the just right inventory, what's in line with what people are wearing.
So get ready. Get ready for any changes.
Yeah, exactly. Because our customers are buying for now. They want to buy, cause especially in fashion right now, it's like you want to buy something, you want to have it in your closet for 2 or 3 months. You want to go out and wear it today.
I would do that.
Yeah, exactly. So like to me, it's like if you want our sellers and whatnot is to ensure like you have a product that's right in line with what the temperature or the conditions are where you're selling. So
and one more thing is that what we talk about just right now, let's say we can conclude like one word, let's say fast production. That's it?
Fast production, I would say it's a pretty good key.
This will be lead to another problem, fast growing stock.
Yeah.
So what can we do? Any suggestion?
I mean, if I had the answer, I wouldn't be sitting here and fast production and overstock problem. But I mean, it's a conundrum and a problem that all fashion retailers come across, right? It's like, if you hit it big, did you buy enough? If you missed it, did you buy a little bit of it? I would say again, I think it goes back to the original, like how lean is your production timelines, and how long can you hold on to like raw materials before
life control.
Your life control. Like if you can hold your production as long as possible, then like that'll give you a competitive advantage over everyone else.
All right. So we just mentioned one word we did not explain it yet. Social media. We all know that fashion always find a cruise or their support from the social media. So what eBay is doing right now with the influencers is to get more traffic or support or to get more extension or notice for customers, which can help the sellers.
Yeah, we partner very well with a lot of social influencers. They help us a lot in terms of like help us pushing certain events we're trying to do or certain kind of initiatives we're trying to push, but also like we like to partner with them because they are our liaisons to our customers, to our buyers, our buyer base. It's like a lot of things we partner with are a lot of social influencer mommies. Moms are important to every e-commerce platform and every retail, and we love to partner with them and give insights to what they do and how they function on an everyday basis with their family. Like for me in my categories for like shoes right now, we partner sometimes with sneaker influencers, and help them talk about like certain things, certain shoes we carry, certain brands we carry and whatnot, to let people know that there's options out there for them to purchase, and even at a better, maybe sometimes at a better price than you might find from other e-commerce sites.
One more thing about the eBay marketplace, especially on fashion and garments. So we all know that the United States market is the biggest market for e-commerce for all the countries, all right? And how about the other countries? So what's the difference between them? And we know that all the fashions sometimes happen in Paris or in Europe, then transfer to the United States, or maybe it's from Japan to the United States, then spread to all over the world. So what's the trend spreading right now? Origin from the United States or origin from the your market or from Japan?
We know
that they're changing all the time.
Yeah, I would say nowadays it's probably a mix of both. Japanese influence as well as European influence in terms of fashion trends. More and more you see, I would say more in the last 2 years, you probably see more Japanese fashion trends becoming more mainstream than they have in the past. And you see that with collaborations, like you see with other brands collaborating with Japanese designers. So that's something you probably never saw 3-4 years ago, and now they're making a big impact now on the state of fashion. So I would say those are making their headways in that. But also you see the Japanese designers and their aesthetic influencing the European styling too, and that all in turn just comes back in the U.S. portion. And we all know that like when it comes to European fashion, Japanese fashion, there are eons ahead of us. There are 2 years ahead of us, and by the time it gets to the U.S., we're a year lag behind in terms of what's the fashion trend is or whatnot. But like again, I think for us it's like, and especially now with e-commerce, fashion influence it's global now.
Just like happened.
Exactly. It's like it's not like we have to look at a magazine, we have to look at a runway show or whatnot. We can turn to social media.
Just
we can turn. Like and then fashion shows are doing live shows now. Like Kith, New York Fashion Week just kicked off yesterday, right? And one brand I follow is Kith. They did their fashion show live. As you can see,
the day after tomorrow, it's already in the market.
Exactly, yeah. And so it's like you can see how it's evolved, and also I think designers are getting key to it. It's like, hey, if we want our name recognition to get out there, we need to get as close as possible to our buyer demographics, and they're doing that through social media, through vlogging, through live feeds and whatnot. And so it's like I would say e-commerce has brought fashion to a global global standpoint where everybody can find any kind of influence from anywhere around the world.
We talk about design, we talk about influencers, we talk about supply chain management, fast life control, and quality local service, logistic, and a good listing. But there was always one thing we didn't mention: traffic. So how can we get more and more traffic from eBay? I mean, even present players or new players or other players. How can we get more traffic?
Yeah, traffic is always what every platform.
Yes, everybody wants traffic.
Everyone wants traffic. Except for traffic, you have to drive it. I would say in terms of driving more and more traffic and trying to get more eyes on your listings and whatnot, I would say like all the things we talked about go into driving traffic.
Just a basic,
fundamental
fundamental things.
Yeah, like I say, if you create an incredible experience for a potential buyer on your listing, that will in turn drive eyes in terms of search, in terms of listing into your listings, and it will go back to your store and all your listings you have into that. And on top of that is also, again, working through us and working through our APAC sellers to help try to drive the items or your stores that you're trying to push forward. We here at eBay and with my team and across the floor, like our job is to try to push the right items that we think our customers are gonna resonate very well with.
So after all, we have to make our work done before we get support from eBay, right? This is the interesting part. We got all right. All new players want. How can we get support more from eBay? So we know that. Okay.
Yeah.
One last question.
Yeah.
And it's just a question for our sellers in China, because now the hot season is coming. Anything else they can do? Because is it late for this category to do something else?
In terms of, I'm sorry, what was?
I mean, what can we do to prepare for the hot season right now? Because it's already September. Is it too late for players to do something else? Well, just prepare the goods or.
I mean, I would say no. Like I said, yes, the cold season, the hot season is supposedly ending, and the winter and the fall is right around the corner for us. But I'd say product is relevant throughout the year. Yeah, obviously people are buying, as I mentioned earlier, buying for right now, but also people are still buying for everyday essentials for layering and product right now. So if you have some summer essentials or spring essentials that you have, there's always going to be a buyer for that. Again, it really comes down to we have millions of people shopping our site every single day, every single second, right? That they're always looking for something to add to their wardrobe. And I would say just because you have something that might not be relevant to the season doesn't mean there's not a buyer for it. And like I said, there's plenty of people that are using, especially now with the fashion, people are using all different sorts of pieces from all different seasons to complete their outfit. They might take something from a spring or winter season and complete outfit, but it's the layering effect and whatnot. So I say to the sellers out there who are are coming off the hot season with some of that product left, it's either like, you either have a competitive advantage if the weather doesn't change for us.
Okay, we never know. We cannot never the forecast.
You can't predict for them, but you have a leg up on them. Otherwise, it's like I would be discouraged because it's like as fast as the cold weather comes in, the cold weather leaves just as fast. And, the inventory is not stale; it's just holding, and so you have the ability to hold it. But also at the same time, it's like I still firmly believe people will still buy the product no matter what the season is. Like it's just that the demand might not be as high, but there's still the demand on their platforms again, especially with the buyer base that we have.
All right. So wherever hot season or not hot season, so prepare for your customer.
Yeah.
All day long. Okay. After there are still a few minutes we left for you. So anything we want to share with the sellers, just your personal advice or something else?
Yeah. Like I said earlier, eBay is a vast platform that's global. Even though we're talking about U.S. platform, our reach goes all the way to our other partners in the UK, Australia, and Japan, and Latin America. And so you have opportunities all over the world to make an impact with your product and what you have to offer from your store standpoint. So I highly encourage everybody to take about the points we talked about today and incorporate it into your listings and work through our APAC partners and get connected with us and see how we can partner together and push your items to ensure that you get the velocity you're looking for. Like we here at eBay, we are open market, and we want to partner with anybody and everybody who's willing to work with us and be patient with us as we navigate this crazy world of e-commerce and try to figure out what will stick and what will stick, but also be agile to pivot if something that's working and move on to the next thing if you have the ability.
Thank you for Jeff to sharing such wonderful information. And according to the whole conversation, we have to do our job first before we get more support from eBay. But for sure, to get close with the APAC team and get to know more about the changing, especially on the content and social, to make sure the logistics, the supply chain management, the life control, and also the after sales, and get loyalty from the customers. First of all, make sure the good price and good quality, and this is what you can make good money on eBay fashion, right?
That's correct.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Jeff, for sharing such wonderful information, and hoping eBay will get better workout this year and make us all rich. All right.
Thank you again. Everybody. Thanks so much.
Thank you again.
For having me.
Thank you again. Okay. So this is the end of this episode for Jeff, the director from eBay's fashion category. See you next time. Bye bye.
看跨境就阿米。